Hello, Andre. I am Mayra Vazquez. I am going to talk about language. I chose that topic because I thought it was important for the subject. I think the subject is based on it. So, first, I am going to mention something about geography. Yes, and I think it's important. Here we have the United Kingdom. Yes, here, and I have the map of the United Kingdom, bigger, sorry, and it includes Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Great Britain includes Scotland, England, and Wales. Yes, and then we have the British Isles, which includes Great Britain, Ireland, and another 5,000 isles. Yes, um, I thought it was necessary to give you the difference between those three places because sometimes people used to confuse them. Yes. Now I'm going to mention something about the flag of the United Kingdom. Yes. The flag is made up of different parts from another places. Those places are here. Yes. We have, for example, the Red Cross. Yes, which belongs to the England flag. Yes, English flag, and it's called St. George's Cross. Then we have the white X, yes, that belongs to Scotland, and it's called St. Andrew's Cross or X. And then we have the red X, yes, which belongs to Ireland, and it's St. Patrick's Cross. Um, I'm not mentioning anything about Wales because when the flag was created, Wales wasn't part of the UK yet. Yes, so that's a little bit about geography. Now, as I am going to talk about the language as a language, yes, the English as a language, how did English became a language? So I am going to mention something about history. Yes, here I have a timeline, and well, I'm going to tell you. Several years before Christ, yes, Celts settled in Britain, and they came from Central Europe, and they spoke Celtic. 55 before Christ, 55 years before Christ, the Romans conquered Britain. Latin became the official language, and Celtic was the language of people. Between 350 and 600, the Germanic tribes, which were Anglo-Saxons and Jutes, um, they also invaded Britain, and there was the Old English. The Old English was a mixture of their languages, yes, the Anglo-Saxons and Jutes languages. Uh, it's useful to mention that the Celts were taken as slaves, but some of them escaped to Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, and that's why nowadays there are Celtic forms are still spoken there. Then in the 800s, sorry, the Vikings invaded England, and some roots with Viking language entered the Old English. Finally, in 1066, in that year, the nomads uh, arrived England, and took over England, and well, the French became the official language. Latin was the language for the church, and Old English was spoken by people. Yes, was the language spoken by people. And finally, yes, to end with this, as there were, many older English, it became a dialect called Standard English. And it was used in government, courts, commerce, and publishing industries. Well, that's about story, yes, how English spread. Well, now I am going to mention something connected with this and literature. You gave us a poem called The British by Benjamin Safania, and he talks about the mixture of the languages which made up English. And he compared that with a recipe, yes, as if the languages were the ingredients. And he tries to show that equality and the respect for diversity, and that equality instead of despite the different cultures and ideas. Yes, well, uh, now talking about cultures. I am going to talk about Kill to Eat. Kill to Eat is a short story by um, an Aboriginal woman, yes, and the story talks about her family from an Aboriginal tribe who has as a lifestyle not killing for sport. Yes, not to kill for sport. Sorry, they only kill to eat if they really need it. Yes, and they show respect for not only for human life but also for animal life. We can also perceive that for them it's very important to. It's very important the group and not the individuals rather than individuals. Another example of diversity, but this time about language, I am going to talk about Pygmalion, yes, a film by George Shaw, and he shows us that the main character, Higgins, Mr. Higgins, tends to raise people um, by their dialects and dictions when they speak, and he's able to raise them and I don't know, says say who belongs to upper, middle, or lower classes, for example. And that just brings me back to it brings me back to the idea that language can sometimes say who has power and who's not. Um, well, uh, we also say that Britain is a multicultural place, yes, and that's why because everyone there belongs to another place, or they has their origins. They have sorry, I'm nervous. Their origins somewhere else. Yes. So, well, to conclude this, yes, I am going to tell you that, English nowadays is one of the most important languages, along with Chinese, in a global way, yes. Furthermore, here in Argentina, we use it for, I don't know, for everything. For example, if you have to study, if you have to work, if you have to travel, and, and well, uh, in many more situations of our daily life. Yes, and well, that's all. I hope you like it, and well, I was a little bit nervous. Thank you, Andre. Bye bye.